There is someone whose heart is calling out to you right now, in this very moment. And Archangel Gabriel has brought you here because the time has come for you to know the truth. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. Your soul already knows why you clicked on this video, why something inside you whispered that you needed to hear this message today. And if what I'm about to reveal resonates deep within your spirit, I want you to do something for me right now. Something simple but powerful. Tap that like button. Let the universe know you're ready to receive. Because what you're about to discover will change everything you thought you knew about love, connection, and the sacred timing of your life. Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of God, the angel who brings announcement of profound importance, the one who appeared to Mary to tell her she would birth the divine, has a message specifically for you. And this message cannot wait. There are only 27 seconds before the window begins to shift, before the energy changes, before the opportunity that's standing right in front of you starts to fade into the realm of what could have been. Your soulmate, the person your spirit has been searching for across lifetimes, across dimensions, across the vast expanse of this universe, is closer than you ever imagined possible. But there is something you must understand, something crucial that Gabriel wants you to know before it's too late. Someone is thinking about you right now, not just a passing thought, not just a fleeting memory, but a deep, consuming, soul-stirring contemplation that has taken over their entire being. This person cannot get you out of their mind. Every song reminds them of you. Every sunset makes them wonder if you're watching the same sky. Every moment of silence is filled with the echo of your voice, the memory of your presence, the longing for what exists between you. And when you discover who this person is, when the truth is finally revealed to you through the signs and synchronicities that Gabriel is orchestrating right now, your heart will not just skip a beat. It will race with a recognition so profound that your entire body will feel it. You will know, in the depths of your soul, that this is real. But here is what makes this moment so urgent, so critical, so absolutely vital to your destiny. There's a divine window opening right now, a portal of possibility that exists in the specific moment in time. And this window will not remain open forever. The universe operates on sacred timing, on cosmic rhythms. They're orchestrated with precision beyond human understanding. And Gabriel, in his infinite wisdom and compassion, has seen that you are standing at a threshold. You are standing at the edge of everything you've been praying for, everything you've been manifesting, everything your heart has been aching to experience. But you must pay attention. You must listen. You must recognize the signs that are being placed directly in your path. The number 27 is not random. Nothing in the divine realm is ever random. 27 is a number of spiritual insight, of divine revelation, of messages from the angelic realm breaking through the veil between worlds. It is a number that appears when the universe is trying to get your attention, when your angels are working overtime to guide you toward your highest good. And right now, in this moment, as you hear these words, as you feel the truth of them resonating in your chest, in your gut, in that place deep inside where your intuition lives, you have 27 seconds of heightened spiritual receptivity. 27 seconds where the veil is thinner than it has ever been. 27 seconds to open your heart, to release your fear, to say yes to what is trying to reach you. Your soulmate is not just someone you will love. Your soulmate is a person who will mirror back to you everything you have been becoming. They are the person who will see the parts of you that you have kept hidden, the parts you were afraid to show the world, the parts that are so beautiful and so authentic that only someone operating on your exact frequency could truly appreciate them. And this person, the sacred soul who is meant to walk beside you, who is meant to grow with you, who is meant to experience this human journey alongside you, is moving toward you right now. But they need you to meet them halfway. They need you to be ready. They need you to clear the blocks, release the past, and step into the version of yourself who is prepared to receive this kind of love. Gabriel wants you to understand something that so many people miss, something that causes them to overlook the very blessings they've been praying for. Your soulmate might not look like what you expected. They might not arrive in the package you imagined. They might not fit the checklist you created in your mind based on past experiences, based on what society told you to want, based on the wounds you carry from relationships that weren't meant to last. Your soulmate is not here to fit into your old patterns. They are here to shatter them, They are here to show you what real love feels like when it's aligned with divine purpose, when it's guided by something greater than ego, when it flows from a place of genuine soul recognition. And that recognition is happening right now for someone, for the person who is thinking about you in this moment, who cannot shake the feeling that you are significant, that you are meant to be in their life, that something powerful and unexplainable is pulling them towards you. This person might already be someone you know. They might be someone from your past who is being guided back into your present. They might be someone you see regularly but haven't truly seen with your spiritual eyes open. Or they might be someone completely new, someone who is about to walk into your life in a way that feels absolutely orchestrated by forces beyond this physical realm. But regardless of who they are, regardless of how they appear, Gabriel is telling you this. They are real, they are coming, and you must be ready. If this message is already stirring something inside you, if you can feel the truth of these words landing in your heart, I want you to do something powerful right now. I want you to write in the comments, I accept. Just those 2 words. I accept. Because when you declare your acceptance, when you speak your readiness into existence, you send a signal out into the universe that reverberates across all dimensions. You tell your angels, you tell your guides, you tell the divine intelligence that orchestrates all things that you are prepared to receive what has been prepared for you. And that declaration, that simple but profound act of faith, sets miracles into motion. Now, let me tell you what Gabriel has shown me about the signs you need to watch for, because your angels are not subtle when they have an urgent message to deliver. They will use every tool available to them to capture your attention, to guide you, to confirm that you are on the right path. And right now, in this period where your soulmate is drawing closer, where the person who is thinking about you is being moved by invisible hands toward your life, you are going to notice patterns. You're going to see repetitions. You are going to experience synchronicities that are so specific, so perfect, so impossibly timed that you will know beyond any doubt that something greater is at work. You might start seeing the same numbers everywhere. 111, 222, 555. These are not coincidences. These are angel numbers, direct communications from the spiritual realm, each one carrying a specific vibration and message. 111 tells you that new beginnings are manifesting, that your thoughts are becoming reality at lightning speed, that you must guard your mind and focus on what you truly want. 222 speaks of partnership, of balance, of relationships coming into divine alignment. 555 announces major change, transformation that might feel sudden but has been building in the spiritual realm for far longer than you realize. Pay attention to these numbers. They are breadcrumbs on the path that leads you to your destiny. You might also notice feathers appearing in unusual places. White feathers, especially, are calling cards from the angelic realm. Physical proof that your angels are near, that they are working on your behalf, that they want you to know you are supported and protected. When you find a feather in a place where it makes no logical sense for a feather to be, that is Gabriel saying, I am here, I am guiding you. Trust what is unfolding. And in this specific time, when someone is thinking about you so intensely, when your soulmate is being drawn closer by divine design, feathers are often found right before significant encounters, right before the person you're meant to meet crosses your path. Dreams are becoming more vivid for you lately, aren't they? You might be dreaming about someone you can't quite see clearly, someone whose face is obscured, but whose presence feels incredibly familiar, incredibly safe, incredibly right. Or you might be having dreams about past connections, about people you haven't thought about in years, and waking up wondering why they're suddenly back in your subconscious. Gabriel works through dreams because in that state, your logical mind is quiet. Your defenses are down. Your soul is open to receiving information that your waking self might resist or rationalize away. These dreams are preparation. They are your spirit's way of processing the energy that is shifting, the love that is approaching, the new chapter that is about to begin. And then there are the songs. Oh, the songs. Have you noticed that certain lyrics seem to be following you? That you turn on the radio and hear exactly what you needed to hear in that moment? That a song from years ago suddenly gets stuck in your head, and when you really listen to the words, they speak directly to your current situation? Music is one of the highest vibrational forms of communication. It bypasses the intellect and goes straight to the heart. And your angels, especially Gabriel, who is known as the angel of communication, and creative expression. Use music as a direct line to your soul. When a song makes you cry for no reason you can explain, when lyrics give you chills, when a melody makes you think of someone specific, pay attention. That is not random. That is a message. But perhaps the most powerful sign, the one that Gabriel wants you to recognize above all others, is a feeling you get in your body when you're near this person or when you think about them. If this is someone you already know, you might notice that your energy completely shifts in their presence. Time seems to move differently. Conversations flow effortlessly. There's a comfort, a familiarity, a sense of coming home that you can't quite explain. Your heart might literally feel warm, expanded, open in a way it hasn't been in years. Or you might feel nervous, but it's a good nervousness, an excited anticipation rather than fear or anxiety. Your body knows before your mind catches up. Your body recognizes its energetic match. The person thinking about you right now is experiencing the same thing. They are confused by the intensity of what they feel. They are questioning whether they're imagining it. They are wondering if you feel it too. They are scared, perhaps because this feeling is so big, so overwhelming, so different from anything they've experienced before that they don't know what to do with it. And this is where divine timing becomes crucial. This is where Gabriel's message becomes urgent, because there's a moment, a window of opportunity, where both souls are open enough, brave enough, aligned enough to actually move toward each other. And if that moment is missed because of fear, because of doubt, because of the walls we build to protect ourselves from being hurt again, the opportunity doesn't necessarily disappear forever, but it becomes much harder to access. I need you to understand something about soulmate connections that most people get wrong. They think soulmates are only about romance, only about finding the one person who completes them. But soulmates are so much bigger than that. A soulmate is anyone who comes into your life to teach you, to grow you, to help you evolve into your highest self. You can have multiple soulmates. Some are romantic partners. Some are friends. Some are teachers or mentors. Some appear for a brief season to deliver one specific lesson and then move on. But there's usually one person, one connection, that carries a depth and intensity beyond all others. This is the person whose soul made an agreement with yours before you both came into these physical bodies. This is the person you have karma to resolve with, contracts to fulfill with, missions to complete together. And Gabriel is showing me that for many of you hearing this message right now, that person is the one who is thinking about you in this moment. That person is being moved by forces they don't understand toward a meeting that was planned before time began. This is not a small thing. This is not a casual encounter. This is destiny unfolding. And you get to choose whether you participate consciously or whether you let fear keep you playing small, keep you hiding, keep you pretending that you don't want what your soul is screaming for. Let me tell you what happens when you miss these divine windows, because Gabriel wants you to know the stakes so you can make an informed choice. When you let fear win, when you ignore the signs, when you talk yourself out of being vulnerable, when you convince yourself that you're not ready or that it's not the right time or that you need to fix yourself first, the opportunity doesn't just pause and wait for you. The universe moves on. Energies shift. People make other choices. The person who is thinking about you, who is being drawn to you, might interpret your resistance as rejection. They might decide they were wrong about the connection. They might meet someone else who is more available, more open, more willing to take the risk. And yes, if something is truly meant to be, it will often come back around. But it comes back with more complications, more obstacles, more lessons that need to be learned the hard way. Why make this harder than it needs to be? Why waste precious time that you will never get back? You've already waited so long. You have already been through so much. You have already done the work, more work than you even realize. You have healed wounds that seemed unhealable. You have released patterns that defined you for years. You have grown in ways that would have seemed impossible to the version of you from 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even 6 months ago. And now, right now, in this perfect moment that Gabriel has orchestrated, you are ready. You are ready even if you don't feel ready. You are ready even if you're scared. You are ready because your soul knows what your mind hasn't caught up to yet. The person thinking about you can feel your energy, even if they don't understand it in those terms, even if they would never describe it that way. They can feel you, Humans are far more psychically connected than we acknowledge in our modern, logical, scientifically obsessed culture. We have forgotten what indigenous peoples always knew, what mystics and seers and shamans have been teaching for millennia. We are energetic beings having a physical experience, not physical beings having an occasional energetic experience. And when two souls recognize each other, when two hearts beat on the same frequency, the connection transcends physical distance, transcends time, transcends all the barriers we think separate us. This person might be lying awake at night thinking about you. They might be wondering what you're doing right now, at this exact moment. They might be scrolling through old photos or rereading old messages if you have any history together. They might be asking their friends for advice, searching for a sign that tells them it's safe to reach out, safe to be honest, safe to admit that they feel something they can't explain and can't deny. Or if this is someone new, someone you haven't met yet, they are being prepared. They're going through their own awakening, their own healing, their own divine download that is aligning them perfectly with who you are now and who you are becoming. And here is what Gabriel wants you to know about abundance. Because soulmate love and financial abundance are more connected than most people realize. When you are in alignment with your soul's purpose, when you are walking the path you are meant to walk, when you are connected to the right people who amplify your energy rather than drain it, everything flows more easily. Money flows more easily. Opportunities appear more readily. Doors that were previously locked suddenly swing open. This is not magical thinking. This is spiritual law. Like attracts like. High vibration attracts high vibration. When you raise your frequency through authentic connection, through soul-aligned relationship, through love that is pure and purposeful, you become a magnet for all forms of abundance. Your soulmate is not coming to save you financially. That is not their role, and that would be an unhealthy foundation for any relationship. But they are coming to partner with you, to build with you, to create with you, to support your dreams while you support theirs. And when two people come together in true spiritual partnership, their combined energy is not just additive, it's exponential. What you can create together, what you can manifest together, what you can accomplish together is far beyond what either of you could do alone. This is part why the timing is so important right now. You are entering a period of accelerated manifestation, a window where your intentions and actions produce results faster than normal. And having the right person by your side amplifies that acceleration. But you have to be willing to receive it. You have to be willing to release the old stories about being alone, about not being enough, about love always ending in pain. You have to be willing to let this be different. And that willingness, that openness, starts with a choice you make right now, in this moment, as you hear these words. The choice to believe that you deserve this. The choice to trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor. The choice to have faith that Gabriel has not brought you this message to tease you or to give you false hope, but because the time has truly come for everything to change. Now, if you are feeling the power of this message, if something inside you is saying, yes, this is for me, this is my time, this is my moment, I want you to write, I accept in the comments right now. Don't wait until the end of the video. Do it now, because that act of declaring your acceptance, of speaking your readiness into the digital universe where millions of other souls can witness it, creates a powerful energetic ripple. It tells the universe you mean business. It signals to your angels that you are awake, you are listening, you are ready to receive what they have been trying to give you. There is something Gabriel wants to explain to you about why this person, this soul who is thinking about you right now, might be hesitating. Because understanding their journey, understanding what is happening on their side of this connection, will help you navigate what comes next with grace, with patience, with the wisdom that comes from seeing the bigger picture. This person is not playing games with you. They are not intentionally trying to confuse you or hurt you. What they're doing, often without even realizing it, is battling their own fears, their own wounds, their own programming about what love is supposed to look like and whether they're worthy of receiving it. You see, when a soul recognizes its match, when that deep knowing clicks into place, it can be terrifying because real love, soul love, divine love requires complete vulnerability. It requires taking off all the masks we wear, dismantling all the walls we built, exposing all the parts of ourselves that we spent years trying to hide or fix or pretend don't exist. And for someone who has been hurt before, for someone who has trusted and been betrayed, for someone who has opened their heart only to have it shattered, that level of vulnerability feels like standing naked in the middle of a storm with no shelter in sight. It feels dangerous. It feels like too much. So they think about you constantly but don't reach out. They feel pulled toward you but talk themselves out of acting on it. They start to text you 100 times and delete the message before sending it. They rehearse what they would say if they saw you, but when the moment comes, they freeze. They ask the universe for signs, and the universe delivers sign after sign after sign. But they convince themselves they're reading too much into things, that they're seeing what they want to see rather than what's really there. This is not about you not being enough. This is about them not believing they are enough. This is about wounds that run so deep they become part of their identity. And this is where your role, your spiritual assignment in this connection becomes clear. You are not here to chase them. You are not here to convince them of your worth or prove that you are the right person. You are here to hold your light steady, to stay in your power, to trust the divine timing so completely that you can be at peace whether they show up tomorrow or 6 months from now. Because here is what Gabriel wants you to understand. Your energy, your vibration, your unshakable faith in what is meant to be is actually doing the heavy lifting in this situation. When you refuse to collapse into anxiety, when you refuse to drop into desperation, when you refuse to make this person your entire reason for being, you create a frequency that is irresistible. You become a lighthouse, and they cannot help but be drawn toward your shore. This is not about playing games or being strategic or following some manipulative dating advice. This is about genuine spiritual alignment. This is about knowing, in the core of your being, that what is yours cannot miss you. What is meant for you will find you. The person whose soul made an agreement with yours before you were born will show up exactly when the divine timing is perfect, not a moment sooner, not a moment later. And your job, your only job, is to keep doing your work. Keep healing. Keep growing. Keep becoming more of who you really are beneath all the conditioning and trauma and fear. Because the more aligned you become with your authentic self, the easier it is for your soulmate to recognize you, to find you, to claim what has always been theirs. But there is something happening right now, in this very moment, that is accelerating everything. Gabriel has opened a portal, a divine window of opportunity that is affecting both you and the person who is thinking about you. They are receiving their own signs right now. They are having their own spiritual downloads. They might be watching videos like this one, reading something that speaks directly to their heart, having conversations with friends who suddenly say exactly what they needed to hear. The universe is working on both of you simultaneously, preparing both hearts, aligning both souls, clearing the path for the meeting that must happen. And the 27 seconds I mentioned at the beginning, those seconds have passed in linear time. But in spiritual time, in the realm where angels operate, those 27 seconds represent a frequency, a vibration, a specific energetic signature that is now activated within you. You have been encoded. You have been marked. You have been claimed by divine love, and that marking makes you visible to the one who is seeking you. It's like you've turned on a beacon that only they can see. And right now, whether they understand it or not, whether they can articulate it or not, they are following that beacon home. Let me tell you about the specific ways this is going to unfold. Because Gabriel wants you to be prepared. He wants you to recognize the moments as they happen so you don't miss them. So you don't dismiss them as coincidence or bad timing, or anything other than what they truly are, divine orchestration. First, you are going to start bumping into this person more frequently if you already know them. Suddenly, they're everywhere. You go to the coffee shop you always go to, and there they are. You attend an event you almost didn't go to, and they show up. You're thinking about them, and your phone buzzes with their name. These are not accidents. These are arrangements. The universe is creating opportunities for connection, for conversation, for the energy between you to build and intensify until neither of you can ignore it anymore. If this is someone you haven't met yet, you are going to notice yourself being drawn to new places, new situations, new circles. You might suddenly feel inspired to join that class you've been thinking about. You might get an unexpected invitation to a gathering that's completely outside your normal routine. You might take a different route home from work for no reason you can explain. Follow those impulses. Trust those nudges. Because your angels are guiding your steps, literally moving your physical body into alignment with where you need to be when you need to be there. And when you finally meet this person, when your eyes lock for the first time, or when you have that first real conversation, if you already know them casually, you will feel it. That jolt, that recognition, that sense of, oh, there you are, I've been waiting for you. Now, I want to talk to you about something that might be challenging to hear, but it's crucial that you understand it. Not everyone watching this video is going to meet their soulmate in the next few weeks. The timing is different for each person because the preparation required is different for each person. Some of you are ready right now, today, this moment, and your meeting is imminent. Others are in the final stages of preparation, releasing the last layers of what needs to be released, learning the last lessons that must be learned before you're truly ready for this level of connection. And some of you are being prepared for a meeting that is a bit further out, but the signs you're receiving now are confirmation that you're on the right path, that everything is unfolding perfectly, that you need to stay the course. How do you know which category you fall into? Listen to your intuition. If everything in you is screaming that this is your time, that something significant is about to happen, that the wait is almost over, trust that. Your soul knows. If you feel more like you're in a preparation phase, like things are shifting but not quite there yet, honor that too. Don't try to force timing that isn't ripe. Don't manufacture meetings that aren't meant to happen yet. The universe's timing is always perfect, even when it doesn't match our preferred timeline. And here's what I know for certain. Whether your meeting happens tomorrow or 3 months from now, the fact that you are here, watching this video, receiving this message from Gabriel, means you are in the process. You are in the divine flow. You are exactly where you need to be. Let's talk about what you need to release in order to be fully ready for this connection, because this is where many people sabotage themselves without even realizing it. You need to release the fantasy. I know that sounds counterintuitive when we're talking about soulmates and divine love, but stay with me. You might have an image in your head of who this person is, what they look like, what they do for a living, how they will make you feel, what your life together will look like. And that image, that fantasy, is actually blocking you from seeing and receiving the real thing. Your soulmate is better than your fantasy because they are real. They are complex. They are human. They are flawed in ways that complement your flaws. They are strong where you are weak. They challenge you in ways that help you grow, rather than coddling you in ways that keep you small. You also need to release the timeline you created. Maybe you thought you would be married by a certain age. Maybe you believed love would happen before certain life events unfolded. Maybe you've been waiting so long that you created a story about being cursed or unlucky or fundamentally unlovable. None of that is true. What is true is that your soul has a plan, and that plan is far more intelligent, far more beautiful, far more perfectly calibrated to your growth and joy than anything your human mind could have designed. So let go of the timeline. Let go of the should-haves and could-haves. Let go of comparing your journey to anyone else's. Your path is yours. Your timing is yours. And it is perfect. Another thing you must release is the need to be perfect before love arrives. This is a big one. So many people believe they need to lose weight first, make more money first, heal completely first, have their entire life together first before they deserve love. And while personal growth is beautiful and important, the truth is that your soulmate is not coming to meet the perfected version of you. They're coming to meet the real version of you, the messy, still healing, still growing, beautifully imperfect human you are right now. They are coming to walk beside you through the continued journey of becoming, not to reward you for already having arrived. If you wait until you're perfect, you will wait forever because perfection is not the human experience. Evolution is the human experience, and your soulmate wants to evolve with you. Gabriel is showing me something else that many of you need to hear. Some of you have been in situationships, almost relationships, connections with people who gave you just enough to keep you hoping, but never enough to feel secure. And even though those connections ended or faded, even though you know they weren't right, part of you is still energetically tied to those people. Part of you is still wondering what if, still checking their social media, still hoping they'll suddenly realize what they lost and come back transformed into the person you needed them to be. And as long as you are holding that door open, as long as you are keeping even a crack of your heart reserved for someone who has already shown you they are not your person, you are blocking your actual soulmate from entering. You must close those doors fully, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with gratitude for the lessons and a clear understanding that those experiences were preparation, not destination. They were showing you what you don't want so you would recognize what you do want when it arrives. They were teaching you about your worth by showing you what it feels like to settle for less than you deserve. They were strengthening you, though it didn't feel like strength at the time. It felt like heartbreak. But that heartbreak cracked you open. And now, with your heart cracked open, there's room for real love to pour in. But you have to consciously, intentionally, ceremonially if necessary, release those old connections. Say thank you and goodbye. Bless them on their journey and turn your full attention toward what is coming rather than what is already gone. Now, let me tell you something about the actual meeting, the moment when your life changes, because Gabriel wants you to recognize it when it happens. It might not be dramatic. It might not be love at first sight in the Hollywood sense. It might be quiet. It might be simple. It might be a conversation that starts normally and then suddenly shifts into something deeper, something that makes you lose track of time, something that makes you feel seen in a way you've never experienced before. Pay attention to the quality of the connection, not just the intensity. True soulmate love is recognizable not by fireworks necessarily, though those might be there too, but by a sense of peace, a sense of rightness, a feeling that even though this person might challenge you, might push you to grow, might require you to be braver and more honest than you've ever been, being with them feels easier than being without them. You might notice that you can be fully yourself with this person almost immediately. The things you usually hide, the quirks you usually suppress, the opinions you usually soften, they just come out naturally and you're not afraid. That is a sign. You might find that you can sit in silence together and it's comfortable rather than awkward. That is a sign. You might discover that you have similar wounds, similar patterns, similar lessons you're both working through, and instead of triggering each other in destructive ways, you help each other heal. That is a sign. You might realize that you want the same things in life, not every single detail, but the big picture, the values, the vision for what matters most. That is a sign. And here is something beautiful that Gabriel wants you to know about soulmate connections. They don't complete you. That is a myth that has caused so much confusion and codependency. You are already complete. You are already whole. Your soulmate doesn't fill a hole in you. What they do is reflect back to you the wholeness that was always there, but that you couldn't see on your own. They mirror your light. They celebrate your growth. They witness your journey. They create a safe space where you can be vulnerable, where you can fail, where you can be afraid, where you can be messy and human and still be loved. And in return, you do the same for them. That is partnership. That is sacred union. That is what your soul has been longing for. Some of you are wondering about physical attraction because you've heard all this talk about soul connection, and you're thinking, but I also want to be attracted to them. I also want passion and chemistry and desire. And Gabriel wants you to know that yes, absolutely, those things will be there. In fact, when soul connection and physical attraction combine, when your spirits recognize each other and your bodies respond to each other, the chemistry is unlike anything you've experienced with someone who is only a physical match or only an intellectual match. It's electric. It's consuming. It's the kind of attraction that doesn't fade over time but actually deepens because it's rooted in something far more profound than just physical appearance or surface-level compatibility. But here is what is different about soulmate attraction. It's not just about how they look, though you will find them beautiful, deeply beautiful, in ways that might surprise you. It's about their energy. It's about the way they make you feel. It's about the light in their eyes when they look at you. It's about the sound of their laugh and the gentleness of their touch, and the way your body relaxes in their presence. It's about feeling safe and excited at the same time. It's about chemistry that exists on every level: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. And when you have that, when you experience that, you will understand why nothing before this worked out. You will understand why you had to wait. You will understand why every other person was a no, because they were leading you here, to this yes, to this person, to this love that your soul has been seeking since before you took your first breath in this lifetime. Now, I want to address those of you who are scared. Those of you who want this so badly it hurts, but who are terrified at the same time. Those of you who have been hurt so deeply that you're not sure you can survive being hurt like that again. Gabriel sees you. He knows your fear. He honors your wounds. And he wants you to know that this time will be different. Not because this person will never hurt you. Not because relationships are easy or pain-free even when they're right. But because you are different now. You are stronger now. You are wiser now. You know yourself better. You know your worth better. You know how to communicate better. You know how to set boundaries better. You know how to love yourself better. And all of that inner work you've done, all of that healing you fought for, is prepared you to handle real love in a healthy way. Real love will still trigger you sometimes. It will still bring up old wounds that need final healing. It will still require you to be uncomfortable, to have hard conversations, to face parts of yourself you'd rather avoid. But with the right person, with your actual soulmate, those challenging moments become opportunities for deeper intimacy rather than reasons to run. With your soulmate, you can say, I'm scared right now, and they'll hold space for that fear rather than punishing you for it. With your soulmate, you can say, I need some time to process, and they'll give you that time because they trust the foundation you're building together. With your soulmate, conflict doesn't mean the end of the relationship. It means there's something that needs attention, something that wants to be healed, something that is asking both of you to grow. Gabriel is also showing me something about money and abundance that I need to share with you because this is important and it's connected to everything we're talking about. Many of you have been struggling financially. Many of you have been in survival mode, just trying to make ends meet, watching everyone else seem to prosper while you struggle. And what Gabriel wants you to know is that this is about to shift. The same divine window that is opening for love is opening for abundance. These things are connected because they are both about receiving. They are both about believing you are worthy. They are both about trusting that the universe is a generous place rather than a scarce place. When your soulmate enters your life, when you step into aligned partnership, when you are operating from a place of fullness rather than lack, your entire energetic signature changes. You stop vibrating at the frequency of I need, and you start vibrating at the frequency of I have. And the universe responds to that shift immediately. Opportunities you couldn't have imagined start appearing. Money starts flowing in unexpected ways. The career you've been trying to force starts unfolding naturally. The business idea you've been sitting on suddenly takes off. This is not magical thinking. This is energetic law. When you rise in one area of your life, when you align with truth in one area, every other area begins to align as well. So as you prepare to meet your soulmate, as you open yourself to this love that is coming, also open yourself to financial abundance. Also open yourself to career success. Also open yourself to vibrant health and creative expression and joyful friendships and all the other blessings that are part of your birthright. You don't have to choose between these things. You don't have to sacrifice one to have another. You get to have it all. Not because you're special or chosen or better than anyone else, but because this is how the universe works when you stop fighting it and start flowing with it. And if this message is landing in your heart, if you feel the truth of what I'm saying, if you sense that your life is about to change in ways you can barely comprehend right now, do me a favor, write in the comments, I am ready. Now I hope I'm ready or I think I'm ready, but I am ready. Declare it, speak it into existence. Claim it with your whole heart. Because that declaration, that bold faith, that willingness to be seen in your readiness, it creates an energetic boom that ripples across dimensions. It tells Gabriel that you heard his message and you're saying yes. And when you say yes to the divine says yes back in ways that will astound you. There is something profound that happens in the final moments before soulmate meeting, and Gabriel wants you to understand this so you don't panic when it occurs. Right before the breakthrough, right before the miracle manifests, right before everything you've been praying for finally arrives, there's often what spiritual teachers call the dark night of the soul. It's a moment, sometimes a day or a week, where everything feels harder than it has in a long time, where doubt creeps in louder than ever, where you feel exhausted and defeated and tempted to give up on the whole idea of love, of hope, of believing that good things can happen for you. And if you don't understand what this is, if you don't recognize it as a final test, the last clearing, the storm right before the dawn, you might make choices in that darkness that delay or complicate what is trying to reach you. This darkness is not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It is not evidence that you've been fooling yourself or that this message wasn't meant for you. It is actually the opposite. It is proof that you are so close to your breakthrough that every fear, every wound, every limiting belief you still carry is rising to the surface to be released once and for all. The universe is saying, are you sure? Are you really ready? Are you willing to let go of the old story completely? And this moment requires you to hold steady, to remember everything you know to be true, to trust the signs you've received, to keep your heart open even when your mind is screaming at you to protect yourself, to close down, to retreat into the familiar safety of isolation. If you find yourself in that dark night in the coming days or weeks, I want you to come back to this video. I want you to listen to these words again. I want you to remember that Gabriel told you this would happen, and he told you not be afraid of it, because on the other side of that darkness is everything you've been waiting for. On the other side of that final release is the love that will change your life. On the other side of that last test is the person who's been thinking about you, reaching for you, being guided toward you by the same divine forces that brought you to this message right now. Now, let me tell you what you need to do practically in your everyday life to prepare for this meeting. First, you need to create space. And I don't just mean physical space, though that matters too. Clean your home. Make it a place where you would want to welcome someone new. Clear out the clutter, both literal and metaphorical. Get rid of things that belong to past relationships. Remove items that carry heavy energy. Create beauty in your environment, because beauty raises your vibration and makes you a magnet for more beauty, including beautiful connections with beautiful souls. But more importantly, create energetic space. Create space in your schedule. Create space in your mind. Create space in your heart. So many people say they want love, but their lives are so packed, so busy, so full of obligations and distractions and numbing behaviors that there is literally no room for another person to enter. If you work 12 hours a day, then come home and scroll on your phone until you fall asleep, then wake up and do it all over again. When exactly is this person supposed to fit into your life? The universe cannot deliver what you say you want if you're not making space to receive it. So look at your life honestly. Where can you create openings? Where can you slow down? Where can you be more present, more available, more open to spontaneity and divine interruptions? This might mean saying no to things you usually say yes to. It might mean turning off the television or putting down your phone and actually being available for real-world connection. It might mean going to places where you could potentially meet someone or deepen a connection with someone you already know. It might mean accepting invitations you would normally decline because you're tired or anxious or convinced nothing good will come of it. Your soulmate cannot find you if you're hiding. They cannot connect with you if you're constantly distracted. They cannot recognize you if you're wearing so many masks and playing so many roles that your authentic self never gets to come out and be seen. Second, you need to work on your energy, your vibration, your frequency. Because like attracts like, and if you want to attract a high vibration soulmate, you need to be vibrating high yourself. This doesn't mean you have to be happy every single moment or pretend you don't have struggles or bypass genuine emotions. It means you need to take responsibility for your energy. When you notice yourself spiraling into negativity, complaining constantly, dwelling on everything that's wrong, you need to interrupt that pattern. Not because negative emotions are bad, but because chronic negativity becomes your set point, your default frequency, and that frequency will attract people and situations that match it. So, how do you raise your vibration? You do things that genuinely make you feel good. You spend time in nature. You move your body in ways that feel pleasurable rather than punishing. You listen to music that uplifts you. You surround yourself with people who inspire you rather than drain you. You consume content that expands your mind rather than contracts it. You practice gratitude, not as a forced exercise, but as a genuine acknowledgement of the blessings that already exist in your life. You meditate. You pray. You connect with your angels and guides and ask for their help in keeping your frequency high. And you forgive. You forgive yourself for past mistakes. You forgive others for their limitations. You forgive the universe for the timing not being what you wanted, Forgiveness is one of the fastest ways to raise your vibration because it releases the dense, heavy energy of resentment and creates space for lightness, for joy, for love to flow in. Third, you need to practice receiving. This might sound strange, but most people are terrible at receiving. We've been taught to be givers, to be self-sufficient, to not need anyone, to not be a burden. And while healthy independence is good, the inability to receive is actually a block to love. Because love is a flow, a giving and receiving, a dance between two people where sometimes you lead and sometimes you follow. If you cannot receive, if you cannot let someone help you or support you or show up for you or give to you, you will push away the very love you're asking for. Start practicing receiving in small ways. When someone gives you a compliment, don't deflect it or minimize it. Just say thank you and let it land. When someone offers to help you, say yes instead of insisting you can handle it alone. When someone wants to pay for your coffee or hold the door for you or do something kind, let them. Let yourself be cared for. Let yourself be seen in your need. Let yourself be human. Because your soulmate wants to give to you. They want to make your life easier, more beautiful, more joyful. And if you cannot receive what they want to offer, you will create frustration and distance in a relationship that is meant to be flowing and easy. Fourth, and this is crucial, you need to stay in your feminine or masculine energy, whichever is your natural essence. For those of you whose essence is feminine, you need to stop chasing, stop forcing, stop trying to make things happen through sheer will and control. The feminine receives. The feminine attracts. The feminine creates the space and the invitation, and then trust that what is meant to come will come. This doesn't mean being passive or weak. It means being magnetic. It means being so grounded in your worth, so confident in your value, so clear about what you deserve that you don't chase anyone who isn't already running toward you. Your soulmate is looking for you. You don't need to hunt them down. You need to be visible, be open, be available, and let them find you. For those of you whose essence is masculine, you need to be willing to lead, to initiate, to take action when you feel the pull toward someone. The masculine moves toward what desires. The masculine makes decisions. The masculine creates safety and direction. If you are sensing that someone is your person, if you feel that soul recognition, you cannot wait for them to do all the work. You cannot expect them to chase you or convince you or prove themselves endlessly while you remain guarded and passive. At some point, you have to be brave enough to say, I feel this connection, and I want to explore it. You have to be willing to risk rejection. You have to be willing to be vulnerable, because that is what real masculine energy does. It protects, but also pursues what matters. Now, Gabriel is showing me that some of you are dealing with a specific complication. The person who is thinking about you, the person who is meant to be your soulmate, might currently be in another relationship, or you might be in another relationship. And this is creating confusion and guilt and questions about whether this connection is even right or ethical or divinely guided. And what I'm going to tell you might be controversial, but it's what Gabriel is showing me, so I'm going to speak it. The universe does not always wait for perfect circumstances to bring soulmates together. Sometimes soulmates meet when the timing is messy. Sometimes they meet while one or both of them are still untangling from connections that were meant to end but haven't ended yet. This does not mean you should run out and betray commitments or blow up your life or someone else's life impulsively. What it means is that sometimes the arrival of your soulmate is a catalyst that finally gives you the courage to leave a situation that you've known for a long time wasn't right. Sometimes meeting them is what wakes you up to the fact that you've been settling, that you've been staying out of fear or obligation or comfort rather than genuine love. And if that is your situation, you have a choice to make. You can ignore what you feel and stay in the safe, familiar, ultimately unfulfilling place you're in. Or you can be brave enough to honor the truth of your soul, even if that means difficult conversations, even if that means disappointing people, even if that means walking through fire to get to the other side where your real life is waiting. But please hear this. If you or they are in another relationship, you must handle it with integrity. You must end what needs to end before fully beginning what wants to begin. You must do the hard, honest, respectful thing rather than sneaking around or lying or creating karma that will haunt your new connection. The universe rewards integrity. It rewards courage. It rewards people who do hard things in honorable ways. And if this connection is truly divinely ordained, it will still be there after you've done what needs to be done to clear the path. In fact, it will be stronger, cleaner, more solid because it was built on truth rather than deception. For those of you who are already single, who have been single for a while, who have done your work and cleared your path and are completely available, Gabriel wants you to know that your time is now. You've been patient. You've been faithful. You have believed when it would have been easier to become bitter. And that faith, that patience, that willingness to keep your heart open even when it hurt has not gone unnoticed. The universe sees you. Your angels see you. And they are moving mountains right now to bring you what you've been waiting for. Let me tell you what is going to happen after you meet this person, after the connection begins, because Gabriel wants you to have realistic expectations. It is not going to be perfect. It is not going to be easy every single day. There will be moments where you wonder if you made the right choice. There will be moments where old fears rise up and try to convince you to run. There will be moments where they disappoint you or you disappoint them, where communication breaks down or insecurities flare up, or life gets stressful and you both handle it badly. This is normal. This is human. This is what happens when two real people with real histories and real wounds attempt to build something real together. But here is the difference between a soulmate connection and everything that came before it. With your soulmate, you will have the tools, the willingness, the commitment to work through those hard moments instead of using them as an excuse to leave. You will be able to say, I'm scared right now. I'm triggered right now. I'm reacting from an old wound right now. And they will be able to hear that without making it about them. They will be able to say the same to you. And together, you will learn how to love each other not despite your humanness, but within it, through it, because of it. You will learn that real love is not about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone whose imperfections you can live with, whose struggles don't trigger your deepest fears, whose growth journey aligns with yours. And as you walk this path together, as you build this foundation, you will discover things about yourself that you never knew. You will discover capacities for love and patience and generosity that surprise you. You will discover that you are braver than you thought, softer than you knew, more resilient than you believed. Because soulmate love calls forth the best in us. It invites us to rise. It challenges us to become who we were always meant to be. And in that becoming, in that mutual evolution, you will create not just a relationship, but a legacy, a love story that inspires others, that heals generations, that ripples out into the world in ways you cannot even imagine right now. Gabriel is also showing me something about children and family. For those of you who want to have children or already have children, your soulmate will be a true partner in that journey. They will not just tolerate your desire for family or your existing children. They will embrace it. They will step into the role with their whole heart. And the children who come from this union, whether biological or adopted or from previous relationships, will be blessed beyond measure because they will grow up witnessing what real love looks like. They will see two people who communicate honestly, who work through conflicts with respect, who maintain their own identities while creating a shared life. They will learn, through your example, that love is possible, that healthy relationships exist, that they never have to settle for less than what their soul truly wants. For those of you who don't want children, who have chosen a different path, your soulmate will honor that choice. They will not pressure you to change your mind or make you feel less than because you want to build a life that doesn't include parenting. Your connection will be about something else, something equally profound and meaningful. It will be about creating art together or building a business together or traveling the world together or serving a cause together or simply creating a sanctuary of peace and love and mutual support that becomes a refuge for both of you from the chaos of the world. There is no one right way to do soulmate love. There is only your way, the way that honors both of your truths and creates space for both of your dreams. Now, as we come toward the end of this message, I want to talk to you about what happens if you ignore all of this. What happens if you hear these words and feel them land in your soul and recognize the truth of them, but then let fear win anyway? What happens if you talk yourself out of being open, out of taking the risk, out of believing that this time could be different? Gabriel wants you to know that free will is real. You always have a choice. The universe will never force you to do anything. Your angels can guide and support and orchestrate synchronicities, but they cannot make you walk to the door they open. Only you can do that. And if you choose not to walk through it, if you choose to stay safe, to stay small, to stay in control, to stay protected behind your walls, life will go on. You will survive. You will be fine in the basic sense of that word. But you will always wonder. You will always feel the ache of that missing piece. You will always know, somewhere deep inside, that you turn away from something extraordinary because you were afraid of being hurt. And that knowledge, that regret, it weighs on the soul in ways that are hard to describe but impossible to ignore. Don't let fear steal your destiny. Don't let past pain dictate your future. Don't let the wounds from people who weren't your person prevent you from recognizing the one who is. This is your moment. This is your time. This is the message you've been waiting for, whether you knew it or not. Archangel Gabriel has opened a portal, has activated a frequency, has set divine timing into motion. The person who is thinking about you right now is being moved toward you by forces beyond both of your understanding. All the pieces are aligning. All the obstacles are being removed. All the preparation is coming to completion. What happens next depends entirely on you. Will you be ready? Will you be open? Will you trust? I want you to close your eyes for a moment. If you can, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release every fear, every doubt, every belief that you are not worthy of extraordinary love. Breathe in again, and this time, breathe in trust. Breathe in faith. Breathe in the knowing that you are loved by the universe, held by your angels, guided by forces that want nothing more than your happiness and fulfillment. One more breath, and this time, breathe in readiness. Breathe in openness. Breathe in the willingness to receive what has been prepared for you. Now open your eyes and know this. Everything has changed. By hearing this message, by receiving these words, by opening your heart even just a crack, you have shifted your reality. You have said yes to the universe, and the universe is already saying yes back. In the coming days and weeks, pay attention. Notice the signs. Follow the nudges. Trust the timing. And when you meet this person, when your eyes lock or your conversation deepens or your soul recognizes its match, don't run. Don't hide. Don't let fear win. Step forward. Be brave. Choose love. If this message has moved you, if you feel the truth of it vibrating in your bones, I want you to do 3 things. First, like this video, let the universe know you received the message. Second, subscribe to this channel because there are more messages coming, more guidance from Gabriel and the other archangels who are working on your behalf. And third, write in the comments what you're feeling right now. Write, I am ready, or I trust, or I receive, or whatever words feel true in this moment. Because when you declare your truth, when you speak your faith into existence, you amplify the energy that is already moving in your favor. And finally, I want to tell you about what's waiting for you next, because this is not the end of your spiritual journey. This is the beginning. Once you meet your soulmate, once this love begins to unfold, there will be new lessons, new growth, new expansions waiting for you. And Gabriel has more to tell you. There's another message, another revelation, another piece of your destiny that wants to be revealed. So when you're ready, when you absorbed everything we've talked about today, I want you to watch the next video that appears on your screen. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to show you something about your purpose, about your mission, about why you are here on this earth at this specific time that will make everything make sense. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Don't tell yourself you'll come back to it later. The momentum you feel right now, the activation that has occurred in you from this message, it's at its peak right now. And the next video will build on that, will take you deeper, will reveal the next layer of truth that you are ready to receive. Your soulmate is coming. Your abundance is coming. Your breakthrough is coming. Everything you've been waiting for is rushing toward you at speeds you cannot comprehend. And the more aligned you become, the more you open to these divine downloads, the faster and more beautifully it all unfolds. You are loved. You are guided. You are protected. You are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing, becoming exactly who you were always meant to be. Archangel Gabriel is with you every step of the way. Your angels are celebrating you. The universe is conspiring in your favor. And your soulmate, the one who has been thinking about you, who has been searching for you, who has been prepared for you, they are on their way. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith strong. Keep your vibration high. This is your time. This is your love. This is your life. Finally unfolding the way it was always meant to. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting this message. Thank you for being brave enough to believe that magic is real and miracles happen, and love finds us exactly when we're ready to receive it. Now, go watch the next video. Your next revelation is waiting. And remember, you are never alone. You're always loved. And your greatest blessings are always on their way.